Guys, are you ready? We're going to go over the best Yu-Gi-Oh memes that are available on Yu-Gi-Oh internet. This first one is the Cali Effect with the Undertaker from wrestling behind him, with the Yu-Gi-Oh community thinking Team Samurai X is the worst Yu-Gi tuber. I don't know why people would think that. Team Samurai X is the most popular Yu-Gi tuber. I guess people hate it when, you know, he got haters for being too popular. As someone who is also incredibly popular, I might add, I can relate to this. I can relate to being incredibly popular because I am the Yu-Gi-Oh news person who's also very popular. I have 336,000 subscribers on YouTube. You can go check it out right now. Go look at my social blade. But, you know, I'm very humble about it.
Dude, I just looked at
the TheDuelLogs
thing he was talking about. That's true. That's like 100%. Everything you said was true.
Popular doesn't mean good. That's 100% true. That's why I think my videos are also the best. They're so good, even though I'm not the most popular. I'm only the second most popular. Wait, no, I'm not the second most popular. I'm in the top 5, but I am incredibly popular. That's all I have to say. As the Yu-Gi-Oh news person, who's also very humble.
Who wishes he could pay his editors less.
I need to get them into a commune. Then we can get free editing work. So, anyways, excellent meme. It's not a good meme. It's making fun of Team Samurai X. I respect his work very much, even if I personally am not someone who watches his type of videos. Because honestly, the only Yu-Gi-Oh videos I watch, I don't think I watch Yu-Gi-Oh videos. You're a needy piece of garbage? Oh my god, you sound like my therapist. You watch Rose and me play Yu-Gi-Oh? Occasionally. Do you watch your own videos? The most Yu-Gi-Oh videos I watch are stuff with, just like pet deckers. I watch those videos so I learn how to play new decks, because they know their stuff. I was learning how to say Arc Fiend the other day, and I watched some guy whose name was the Arc Fiend King, and all he does is make Arc Fiend videos, and he calls it Arc Fiend. So I have to assume it's pronounced Arc Fiend if he says it that way. Anyways, let's go on to the next one. Oh my god, look at this meme. You see over here? It says, insane turn 1 F off combos. We don't cuss over here in this new show. Hand traps and board breakers being held back by the health of the game. You see, this is a meta commentary on how incredibly power-crept Yu-Gi-Oh has gotten to the point where Konami has had to print Supermans in order to just keep some kind of semblance of balance. The reason we have things like Baron de Fleur, no, Baron, or Borreload Savage Dragon is because cards like Dark Ruler no more exist, and this meme encapsulates this idea quite apt. Excellent. I give this a 4 out of 10.
Wow.
Oh my god, a SpongeBob meme. I love SpongeBob. We have lots of SpongeBob in my videos. Buy real Yu-Gi-Oh cards? He has a face of dismay. He is not happy about this. Buy virtual cards in MD? Oh, he's happy about that. He really wants to buy those virtual cards in Master Duel. I can relate to that. I'm pretty sure if I would have spent money on my gems, the amount of gems spent on getting cards for me definitely outvalues the amount that has been spent on real Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Especially since, you know, who has time to play that? You have to go outside and, like, not work. Ha 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 ha. Excellent meme. 2 out of 10. Ooh, this one's kind of small. I gotta make it bigger. So this one is a meme that exists in normal just things, but also originates from Yu-Gi-Oh. If you watch my Yu-Gi-Oh video on top 10 memes originated from Yu-Gi-Oh, you would know this. Go watch the video now, it's amazing. Anyways, old archetypes, and they have to choose a bad path, which is super useful, powerful card that everyone abuses so it's hit, or a floodgate that do nothing to help your archetype. Well, I don't know about nothing to help your archetype, because I know for a fact the Warrock one helps your archetype pretty well. So, this is the idea that there's old archetypes and they sometimes get legacy support. And sometimes that legacy support is ridiculously busted, or a floodgate, and there's usually nothing in between. Or unless you're Dark Magicians or Blue Eyes, in which case they just give you random. So for Warrocks, for example, they gave them some support in the form of a floodgate that also searches them a free spell every turn. It's just a straight +1 every turn that also is a floodgate. It's amazing. Also, Warrocks suck. And then Mathmex were given Mathmex Circular, which was so good it recently got limited in the OCG and TCG, but not Master Duel yet, which is the format I play in. A pro memer? Yeah, this is excellent. However, normally, this meme here has a positive and a negative side, but as you've seen, they've photoshopped it quite well, I might add, to have it both sides be negative. Because this is insinuating that whenever they give support to an old archetype, they make it inherently negative. Which, I mean, if you watch Dark Magicians or Blue Eyes, you can see that's not true. I am a meme expert and also a news expert, because I'm an expert when it comes to being an expert, because I'm very popular. Let's go on to the next one. Oh my god. This one is using Yu-Gi-Oh cards in order to describe your crush and all of their family members associated to them. Let's go through these in detail. First up, we have your crush being encapsulated by the Dark Magician Girl. I wonder why. I don't really get this one. Let's give this one a 6 out of 10. Anyways, what's Beaver's warrior's name again? Charles Xavier or something like that? Luis. This one has 2 flowers, one of them which is very angry and the other one not as angry. The first one says ban it. Oh, he looks so mad. It says branded players when a card locks them out of fusion summons. You mean like Ash Blossom? I bet branded players would love it if Ash Blossom were banned. Any branded players in chat which can agree with me? And then we have when branded players then lock you with Gimmick Puppet. So, you know, branded have this card called Expulsion, which allows you to summon a monster from your graveyard to your opponent's side of the field. And if you give them Gimmick Puppet, it locks them out of summoning non-Gimmick Puppet monsters for the rest of the turn. Well, I mean, from summoning anything except for Gimmick Puppets. And the effect is not one which starts a chain, so there's nothing you can do about it once it happens. You're just locked out of summoning basically everything. You can still normal summon, I believe, so it doesn't affect flu. And this is encapsulating the whole thing of how people are very biased towards their decks, where they want anything that stops their best card in their archetype to be banned. However, when they have a toxic card, they're like, it's not toxic, just draw the out. This is a classic commentary. Amazing. This really shows. Have you guys ever wondered why people hate every single archetype that is good? It's because of this mentality. Oh, I forgot to rate it. Who cares? 2 out of 10. Oh man, this one is about flu. So this is showing that Master Duel in particular really hates flu. First up, we have a door in which there's blood coming out of it because there's the Grim Reaper there, showing that Pot of Duality and Pot of Prosperity, I believe, got hit on the ban list. Duality is at 2 and Prosperity is at 1. However, Prosperity was also good in just all kinds of Floodgate decks. I got hit before Flu came out. However, it is good in Flu as well. Then we have Barrier Statue and the other card, I'm bad with names, which were also staples in Flu. Barrier Statue was also used in Tri-Brigade, but for some reason, I didn't think it was that big of a problem until Flu came out. Yeah, Dimension Shifter. And then we have Terraforming in their map, which is their field spell, which lets them search and also normal summon additional time. Terraforming actually got banned, but it wasn't because of Flu, it was because of other things. And their map getting banned, well, it was a very strong card, and they did want to hit Flu. And look, and they're knocking on M-Pen because M-Pen recently got limited to 1, which is their main boss monster, which allows them to search a card and also floodgates, where monsters in attack position cannot activate their effects. Anyways, who cares about Flu? Is anyone here a Fluer? We can give this one a 9 out of 10. It was pretty good. Next up, we have a Master Duel meme. When you start playing Master Duel, you can see the background music and sound is turned up to 100% and he is enjoying the music. Then we have over here, after a year playing this game, you can see the background music is turned down to 0. And it's still the same image, but you still just have sound effects at max. This is insinuating that people get tired of the soundtrack after a year, which is untrue because I love the soundtrack. 0 out of 10. Next up, when you activate Infinite Impermanence, then proceed to activate a spell card in the same column. They're looking in the mirror and all they see is a clown because they've performed clown behavior. Excellent. I would never activate a card in my Imperm column because, as you know, if you use a set Infinite Impermanence to negate a monster effect, then every single spell trap in that column is also negated for the rest of the turn, which includes if you activate cards in that column. So sometimes, you know, clownish behavior from people where they'll activate their own cards in their own columns and get absolutely ham-boned by it. Yeah, that's crazy.
I would never do that though, because I'm a smart and a genius.
Anyways, terrible meme because it doesn't apply to me. And unless it applies to me specifically, unless this meme was made for me specifically, unless I can relate to it specifically, it's garbage. So we get an 8 out of 10. Next up. Ooh, look at this one. Know how the rules work. Appropriate behavior. Negates all effects, banishes all cards. Hero players. Aw, you're so sweet. You see, Destiny Hero Plasma and Masked Hero Dark Law are both floodgates that are end board pieces in a typical good hero deck. That's basically how they're able to compete, is by summoning 2 very hard out floodgates. And then we have inappropriate behavior. Negates all effects and banishes all cards, Macrocosmos and Skill Drain. And she says, hello, human resources? However, let me explain something to you. The reason the bottom 2 cards are more of a problem is specifically because there's nothing to do in order to activate them. You just set them and flip them face up, and you're good to go. The other two, however, require lots of resources to bring out and generally can only be brought out within their own archetypes. Generally. You can use Mask Hero Change 2 in order to bring out Dark Law. You can just play Destiny Hero Plasma in other decks. But they both require much more resources to come out. Whereas the other two cards are just generic and can be used by anyone, in any deck, and better decks than heroes. So there's a reason people hate them. But there's also a reason people don't like Floodgates in general. So I would assume people aren't so super happy about Dark Law or Plasma when they lock down your field. Unless you open like a Lightning Storm, which just gets rid of them. Or a Raigeki, or a Dark Hole. So the meme here is lacking context. It's funny, I guess. 5 out of 10. Oh, that's it for our memes. Adge? I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with this Adge term. Are you guys ready for what's next on this list? Because I'm the #1 Yu-Gi-Oh! News drama memes tier list viewer replays #1 source of Yu-Gi-Oh! News. It's already over? Was there any dramas that I missed? Because I'm the #1 source of news. So many ads before the stream? Oh, you came in during an ad break. That's probably why. The macro also hand loops to you too? Oh yes, it does. How hilarious. He's a professional? I am a professional. Thank you for realizing that.